Welcome back to the channel. Today we will start with part 4 of Applied Physics 1, and we'll cover optical instruments. Let's get started. We'll be understanding these topics in our video today. Optical instruments are devices that use lenses, mirrors, or combinations of both to manipulate light, magnify objects, or produce images. These instruments range from simple devices like magnifying glasses to complex systems like microscopes and telescopes. Key types of optical instruments are magnifying glasses, microscope, telescope, cameras, and spectrometers. Key concepts in optical instruments are magnification, that is the ratio of the size of the image to the size of the object. Next one is resolution, that is the ability to distinguish fine details, and lastly is focus. Focus is the adjustment of lenses or mirrors to form clear image. In optical instruments like microscopes and telescopes, eyepieces are critical for magnifying the image produced by the objective lens. Ramsden and Huygens eyepieces are two popular designs used to enhance viewing quality. Ramsden eyepiece. The Ramsden eyepiece is a simple, two-lens system designed by Jesse Ramsden in 1782. It's known for providing good clarity and is often used in instruments where image quality is prioritized over wide fields of view. Construction. The Ramsden eyepiece consists of two plano-convex lenses, with their curved sides facing each other. The lenses are placed close together, with the focal plane located between the two lenses. Key features of Ramsden eyepiece includes a positive eyepiece, that is the final image produced is a real image. It has minimized chromatic aberration and have an intermediate field value. Applications of this eyepiece are in telescopes and instruments requiring precise measurements, such as micrometers. A diagram of the Ramsden eyepiece shows two plano-convex lenses placed close together, with light rays converging to form a real image at the eye. Huygens eyepiece. The Huygens eyepiece was designed by Christian Huygens in 1662. It is also a two-lens system, but is designed for a different optical performance compared to the Ramsden eyepiece. Huygens eyepieces are known for their simplicity and effectiveness in reducing certain types of aberrations. Construction. It consists of two plano-convex lenses, the field lens and the eye lens. The convex sides of both lenses face the objective lens, which is different from the Ramsden eyepiece. Key features are negative eyepiece, that is the image produced is a virtual image. It has a wide field of view and is good for low magnification. It has its application in astronomical telescopes. A diagram of the Huygens eyepiece shows the two plano-convex lenses, with light passing through the field lens and eye lens, creating a virtual image observed by the viewer. Electron microscope. An electron microscope is a powerful imaging instrument that uses electrons instead of light to create highly magnified images of very small objects, such as atoms, molecules, and biological specimens. Since electrons have much shorter wavelengths than visible light, electron microscopes can achieve far higher magnifications and resolutions than light microscopes. There are two types of electron microscopes. First, transmission electron microscope (TEM). In a TEM, a beam of electrons is transmitted through a very thin specimen. The electrons interact with the sample, and an image is formed based on the different degrees of electron transmission. TEMs can achieve magnifications up to 2 million times and have resolutions in the nanometer range, and are used to view the internal structure of cells, viruses, and materials at the atomic level. Then we have scanning electron microscope (SEM). In an SEM, a beam of electrons scans the surface of the sample. The interaction between the electrons and the sample produces secondary electrons that are collected to create a detailed 3D image of the surface. SEMs provide magnifications up to 500,000 times and are used for high-resolution images of surfaces and are used to observe the surface structure of biological samples, metals, and materials. Working principle of electron microscopes. Electron beam generation. A heated filament emits electrons, which are accelerated and focused into a fine beam using electromagnetic lenses. Interaction with specimen. The electron beam either passes through the specimen in TEM or scans its surface in SEM. As the electrons interact with the sample, they lose energy, causing different effects such as transmission, reflection, and emission of secondary electrons. Image formation. Detectors capture the electrons transmitted or emitted from the sample, and a detailed image is formed based on electron density, thickness, or surface texture. Key features includes high resolution and specimen preparation, whereas the applications are that it is used in material science, biological research, and nanotechnology to study atomic and molecular structures. In biological studies, TEM is used to examine the internal structures of cells, while SEM is used to study surfaces of organisms and materials. A diagram of an electron microscope shows the key components such as the electron source, electromagnetic lenses, which focus the electron beam, the specimen holder, and detectors. The electron beam would be shown interacting with the sample, either passing through it in TEM or scanning the surface in SEM. Let's have a look at the quick summary. Optical instruments manipulate light using lenses and mirrors to magnify, focus, or capture images. Examples include magnifying glasses, microscopes, and telescopes. Ramsden eyepiece is a two-lens system that produces a real image and is commonly used in instruments where precision is needed, while the Huygens eyepiece has a wider field of view and produces a virtual image, often used in astronomical telescopes. The electron microscope uses electrons to achieve extremely high magnification and resolution. TEM is used for viewing internal structures at atomic scales, while SEM provides detailed 3D images of surfaces, both of which are essential in scientific and industrial research. That's it for today's video. We will look at other topics in our next video. Till then, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.